Well, I grew up here, and then I left for about 20 years and came back to take care of my parents while my mom was going through breast cancer treatment. And then my dad passed away soon after that, and I stayed. So here I am, years later. This was in 1999. Nobody went downtown that night, that was scary. And North Chattanooga was all warehouses, and so this was the 70s, and so there wasn't a whole lot of reasons to be here. I didn't feel like it was a lot of opportunities or a place that I really wanted to be. Well, I've been in the mental health field for over 40 years. I always figure if I can't do this, I'll be flipping burgers because I don't know how to do anything else. Yeah, I started out in case management and working in substance abuse. I worked with veterans and worked in jails and crisis services, and I had this idea that going into private practice was going to be my retirement plan. Things keep coming my way, opportunities to volunteer and do stuff that I care about. So I stay a lot busier than I thought I was going to be. I learned what not to do. It took me quite a while to realize that if I wasn't taking care of myself, I didn't have anything to offer. That's when I started doing more self-care and really being more mindful of what was happening with me. I need some too. Since COVID, the background radiation of anxiety, you can think of it that way, has crept up and crept up and crept up. Colleagues and I have talked about this, that this is a time when we especially have to focus on how we are to be able to hold space for so much fear and so much anger and so much, so much going on. It's really easy to get tense without noticing what's happening in your body. It can really creep up on you. And sometimes at the end of the day, my shoulders are up in my ears. I'm like, how'd that happen, right? So I have some mindfulness practices and things that I do on my own. Being cared for by someone else is an incredibly powerful thing. I started getting facials and massages years ago, and then just kind of hit and miss. And I'd had a dry spell when I found this, and I thought, oh, why not? I want a head spa. I've never had one. Why not? And that was with Michaela, who was absolutely lovely, and that was my introduction to here. And I was like, okay, I see how I feel after this. I need this. I got to get back on the horse here. I started off with Michaela with head spa and facials. Both are lovely, and it's just been such a big benefit to me. I'm really grateful that this place exists. Usually the first thing people do when they're stressed and anxious and depressed is all the stuff that makes it worse. Isolating and not attending to their body and not attending to their mind. And for me, this is wonderful. For somebody else, it might be something else, but I think the necessity of that has really increased. So I would absolutely encourage anybody, first of all, to come here because this is pretty wonderful, but whatever works for them to really focus a lot on how they're doing.